exploding gas bottles blowing apart a home on the outskirts of Bateman's Bay. Firefighter overwhelmed, residents realising they can't be here anymore. The bushfire ripped over the mountains, straight towards packed holiday spots.
Here we are. New Year's Eve, midday, in Bateman's Bay.
The sky just getting darker and darker.
It's not looking good.
People were told to evacuate and get to the water.
So quickly, I can't believe it.
This is midday in the middle of Bateman's Bay. What should be one of the busiest times of the year, ending up in confusion and chaos.
Oh, jeez. Terrible.
Extraordinary scenes, because over there, over to my left, would normally be the beach. That would be the beach here at Bateman's Bay. That is now orange. It almost looks black in some parts. Fears more than a dozen homes have been destroyed. The local Bunnings gone too.
We've had a couple of tears already this morning.
Small towns throughout the hinterland like Cobargo didn't stand much chance.
Oh my gosh. I've been there. Last year I was there. David, I was there.
Population 776. Third of the century buildings and historic town. Quaint main streets. Now hardly recognisable with rubble everywhere.
It's been confirmed today that there are 2 deceased persons in Cobargo. The police have confirmed that, and a third person is missing with grave concerns for their safety.
The 2 killed fathers Robert Sorway and his son Patrick, dying while trying to protect their home and livelihood.
It's a feeling of surreal.
What's left of these homes point to the ferocity of the bushfire.
The heat
Jesus, Mary,
and the wind
Joseph,
coming
oh my
through
God.
from it. It was enough to give me a bit of adrenaline, and it didn't take a whole lot of talking me around to get back in the car and shoot out of here.
Further north at Lake Conjola near Milton, it was clear just how big this blaze is. Almost looking like a nuclear bomb as it incinerated the forest, a tiny dose of water.
This is Armageddon, David. This is Armageddon. Look at it.
Which became a fallout shelter.
Look at
Scared
them.
residents lined up like ants across the sand.
Gosh.
They watched
How
the
did they
inferno
survive this?
roll towards them.
Oh my golly, I'm going to have to send them some money. David,
Inland at Mogo, the main
can you
street was
organize my
ablaze.
attorney? I want to send them
The situation getting desperate.
$150,000.
The world famous Mogo
I have to
Zoo
send
was
them some money.
evacuated. The animals
Okay.
were locked up.
I want to wire it.
Was their only defence.
Oh, David, I want to
Remarkably
wire
so.
it from my US
Nearby
bank account,
homes
okay?
Gone.
If you ask my attorney to do that,
Nick and
please,
kids
can you organize
flew to
that
the
for me,
beach
David?
when it was surrounded by fire.
We were up there for a few hours and just got too much.
Further south at Kwama near Bermagui, this man
How did
tried to
people
protect
survive?
his home.
My gosh,
Best thing that I've ever experienced.
it's so terrible. Look at that. Looks like nighttime and, that is so, it's terrible. It's also terrible.
Everyone's alive.
Nowra was hit by an Ember attack, and the airport caught on fire. The winds changed and pushed the blaze towards HMAS Albatross.
The end of the world is coming, David. The end of the world is coming.
Rushing in pitch black in the middle of the
I'm
afternoon.
never gonna go back
Some
home.
fireys
It's gonna
abandoned
be
their
like
trucks,
this.
left
It's
them
terrible.
to the
It's like a
mercy of the
nuclear
bushfire.
blast,
Morning at
It's like a
Bermagui,
nuclear
more like
blast.
midnight.
Oh
This
my
was
gosh.
7 a.m. The local sports ground and evacuation centre.
It's,
Narooma
I'm
is
crying,
usually a
David.
glistening
I'm
blue
crying.
this time of year. Instead, the showgrounds was where hundreds packed to keep safe.
4 a.m. my sister woke me up and said, we have to get out now.
The Princess Highway is shut in various places, from as far north as South Nowra to the Victorian border.
Not only are locals impacted, but in the entire South Coast region, there are potentially thousands of people who are holidaying or who've been travelling in the last few days.
Conditions are not getting easier for firefighters either. Aircraft just aren't able to work.
The pilots have identified significant safety issues with some of the turbulence and the velocity of the wind.
The frightening scenes are being replicated south of the border, where 4 people remain unaccounted for, and more than 40 properties have been lost in Victoria's southeast. Naval vessels and military aircraft will now be deployed to help with mass evacuations. In the coastal town of Malakuta, thousands of people were forced to seek refuge on the beach, all the while under attack from embers.
It could well be a scene from the red surface of Mars. The sky is so dark and foreboding, it's hard to believe this is anywhere on Earth. It is Malakuta this morning. The Bureau of Meteorology recorded a temperature of 49 degrees and winds gusting to 80 kilometres an hour, driving a wildfire towards the tiny town.
The wind picks up, pushing the fire straight towards us. Yeah, can't even imagine. So this is really scary now. It's just red everywhere.
Those who could took to sea, looking back at an horrific scene.
That's behind me, Malakuta. Now the fire front's come through. Everyone's safe and sound. We've got the girls and the dogs up the front.
The sky's turning red. We're all with the Gypsy Princess, just waiting.
It's red now. Feeling a bit apprehensive at the moment. I've probably lost my house up at the Wollongong River.
More than 4,000 people driven by warning sirens headed to the foreshore and the beach. 3 fire strike teams were with them, a last line of defence.
It is pitch black. It is quite scary, and the community are right now under threat. We will hold our line and they will be safe and protected. With
their town surrounded and the only road in cut off, they were warned, if the siren sounded again, to get into the water. The historic old Genoa Bridge near the Princess Highway was destroyed. There were also reports of gas tanks exploding in town. Thankfully, a wind change this afternoon eased conditions.
I understand there was a public cheer down at the jetty when that was announced.
Across East Gippsland, there were 200 new fires yesterday, another 60 last night, 15 more today. This is Sarsfield, further west from Malakuta.
We've gone from just over 120,000 hectares down there, burnt. We're well over 200,000 hectares, and we've got going fires.
It's too early to know how many properties have been lost across the region, but it doesn't look good. Eddie Meyer, 9 News.
And a bushfire has fled to emergency level at Charmhaven near Doyleson on the Central Coast.
The flock fire is very close to properties. Multiple crews and water bombing aircraft are trying to stop the blaze from destroying homes. The fire is burning aggressively on both sides of Woollera Creek. The Pacific Highway is closed in both directions between Guruma Avenue and Lake Haven Drive. The RFS says the southerly change won't hamper their efforts, and they're hoping that the blaze will be controlled by tonight. Mark.
Gabby, thank you. A brave volunteer gave his wife a hug and kissed his unborn baby before going out to fight the fire that would claim his life. 28-year-old Sam McPaul couldn't escape a freak wind event which flipped his 10-ton fire truck near Albury.
Sam McPaul, firefighter, a husband, a father to be.
He's a lovely fellow. That's, tragedy.
Killed while serving his community.
A young man, 28 years of age, well respected and admired throughout the local community and in his local brigade. He leaves behind, tragically, a beautiful wife.
For the Commissioner, losing another of his men was just too much.
Megan, who was pregnant with their first child that's due on the 4th of May.
It happened in the border town of Gingellic, about an hour and a half east of Albury. The bushfire was heading out of the national park and towards towns. Sam and his crew were in a flat paddock with no trees around, trying to muster some cattle, when a freak weather event created by the fire flipped the truck.
Very suddenly,
They experienced extreme winds and what could only be described as a fire tornado.
The fire created so much heat, the air rapidly rose into a smoke plume, which created an unstable cloud in the atmosphere, generating strong winds, even lightning.
They described it as an extraordinary wind event, describing it as a fire tornado, or a collapse they even believe might have been a collapse of a pyroconvective column that had formed above the main fire front. That's resulted in cyclonic type winds that has moved across the fire ground and has literally lifted up a 10 or 12 tonne fire truck and flipped it onto its roof, trapping people inside and tragically killing Sam in the process.
Another truck on the same fire ground was flipped too.